All right, let's get this show on the road here. Apologies, I just scarfed a bowl of mac and cheese because I was rushing to get on tonight. Um, Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the stream. Sorry for the delay. I wanted to stream last week, but some things came up and had to not do that. So, um, what's new? The big thing is my AC is out again. So, um, you'll see if I ever have to get up to go terrorize the cat or anything like that. I'm in shorts and t-shirt. Like it is. I don't have the little AC unit here anymore, so it is back to being 85 degrees in my room, and it is so damn hot. Um, what else? The podcast is back up and running. Zach and I take about a month hiatus between seasons just to collect ourselves and things like that. And we uh, season 3 just launched today, so I will go ahead and put in chat a work still. Yeah, and so that's super fun. And that's this season goes on a whole fucking roller coaster of emotions and just gross and ick. So, but anyway, what are we doing today? Today we are doing another tier list, as you can see from the stream title down there, I think. Anyway, we are ranking the colors of the rainbow, plus a few honorable mentions. So we have a new guest tonight, and when I first came up with this idea, I wanted to have a few different guests to get their expertise on certain things. Azura and I, we still have the plans to do Pokemon stuff, and so on and so forth. But this week, I have a very special guest. Sorry, I had to unmute so that my guest could actually hear that I was pulling him in soon. But I have a very special guest, and that is the co-host and the best part of my podcast. That would be Zach, aka Rollforwriting. And Zach, do you want to say anything?
Ah,
All right. Well, let me first start by turning you down a little bit. That would probably help everybody involved.
you see, Caleb, this is why I start every call with atonal shrieking.
I thought that was just to make sure that both of our systems worked out.
Isn't that part of making sure both our systems work out?
That's true. That's true.
For anyone wondering, Caleb and I have never had a call, or seemingly never had a call that did not involve heavy audio problems at the start.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that's so true. Yeah, I mean, like, what? It's really been like every single time we go to record, it's like, all right, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, I just have the wrong headset hooked up, or I have it coming through the wrong microphone, or whatever. So, the nice thing about having so much tech is that you have so much tech. The unfortunate thing is you have so much tech as well.
One thing I kind of hope that happens eventually is that, like, for whatever reason, it gets like Bluetooth to like a neighbor's TV or computer, and they just spend like 5 minutes being viscerally confused.
Oh yeah, especially with this season of the podcast. Whew.
Right? All they just hear me is me yelling about like, hentai tentacles,
Hentai tentacles, meat Jesus,
meat Jesus,
meat puppets.
meat puppets. There are several cases of meat puppets we've come across the season so far.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and I don't know, it has me really evaluating my relation to meat.
I don't. I just think about what would what would Ion do?
That's what I mean though. Not necessarily giving it up, but like, how do I eat more meat?
Mm.
How do I contribute to our fight against sarcasm?
Exact. If we eat the meat, then there's less meat to be controlled.
If you eat the meat, there's less meat to beat.
Exact. Okay. So, um, let's let's just get to this, huh?
I'm funny.
Um, chat. He did warn me. He was like, it's really nice of you to give me an open mic on your stream. And I said, as long as you don't say a slur, I think we're gonna be okay. I'm
I
not
think Caleb,
regretting it
what I
yet.
said was that you're very brave to
Brave,
give me an
yes,
open mic.
yes, yes. Um, yeah. So let's get into this. We have the colors of the rainbow plus honorable mentions. Um,
Hmm.
Zach, do you want to talk about any of your creative outlet when it comes to the idea of this? Because this was a joint idea by Zach and I to do this tier list.
I think it's just really important that more people spend time thinking about the simple things in life and the beauty of the natural world all around us. And what more to exemplify to be an example of the natural beauty of the world than the rainbow and its menagerie of colors, which are certainly not well known and well counted by everybody.
Exactly, exactly. So,
How many colors
um,
are there in the rainbow? We don't know.
exactly. You know, you might have been told, you know, Roy G. Biv or something like that growing up.
Mhm.
What Zach and I are here to enlighten you all. As you can see by the tags, we are
Mhm.
intellectuals. We are philosophical.
We are doctors.
Is that there are more colors of the rainbow than you remember.
Absolutely.
So, with that being
How many
said,
colors are there? I don't know, but if someone gives you an answer, you should probably stun them because they're a witch.
exactly. So, to get started here, we only have 5 tiers. With the Pokemon ones, I'll have a double S or an S plus and an F tier. But it didn't seem very necessary because we don't have that many things. Um, but yeah, so we're just gonna S, A, B, C, and D on these. So um, let's just get crack a lacking. Zach, you ready to rate some colors? You ready to tier list different things that could be found inside a Crayola crayon?
I like that save. It's 2024, Caleb. Be better.
Oh no. Two quirked up white kids get banned on Twitch for racism.
And record time, like it wasn't even me that said it.
I know. Okay. First color. First color of the rainbow. We're
Uh,
starting off with the color red.
it's got to be an A tier, right?
Um, let me pull up. I need to pull up and make sure I have the list. Okay, so I don't
I think
know.
about it,
I
because
feel like red is definitely upper half. I will
uh,
give it that much off my basic thoughts. But the way we do this is you have your ranking, I have my ranking. So for you, how do you feel about
uh,
red?
I would say A tier. And my reasoning is that like red is so synonymous with cool and good and awesome. Like the Red Ranger, fire type, colors that
Fire
make
in
orc war
general.
machines. Yeah, colors that make orc war machines go faster or more explosive.
That's true. That's true.
You can paint it more red for more DACA.
Go ahead and put it up there for you.
I
Uh,
appreciate it.
as red as being an A tier for you. Um, Granted, these are subject to change. So if you know we're putting things on there now, and if they need to move up and down, they can. I think I'm also going to put red in the A tier. I don't feel quite as strongly. I think it's probably like a 60 out of 100 as far as colors go. I think it's
Ah,
definitely upper echelon, but I can think of at least two more colors I like more than red.
gotcha. Not to be pedantic, would that mean it could be B tier then?
No, because those colors could also be A tier
Okay.
because it's
I see.
just relative to everything else. B
Okay.
is the middle, and so like yeah, I guess 60 out of 100 would kind of place it B tier, but I think I feel a little bit pun intended warmer on red than maybe a 60. Um,
So
yeah,
you're warm on red, but you're not hot on red.
exactly. Just to say a little bit more about red, since we're all intellectual science people here.
Absolutely.
Um, there's redshift. Redshift is a really cool thing. That is what astronomers use to find out uh, where planets or where stars are moving, if they're moving away from us or towards us. Um, the Doppler effect when it comes to light waves. It's one of the three primary colors. Um, yeah, I think it's a solid color. Zach got a text message.
It's one of my adoring fans.
Okay.
Because you see, Caleb, when you're a niche internet micro celebrity, you get fans.
Just not. Never mind. Um, Up next, we have the first niche color of the rainbow.
Yeah, one of the hidden ones you have to pay for the premium package for.
Yeah. This is the EA DLC.
Hmm.
Um, the idea of a capybara.
I think a lot of people don't really spend enough time in their day thinking about the idea of a capybara. Not necessarily looking at one, but just like the conceptual foundation of a thought of a very large rodent. In some parts of the world, they've been referred to as donkey rats, Caleb.
Interesting. Okay.
Like, they are the chillest of the rodents. And I dare say the mammals as a whole. Again, that's the actual capybara. But the idea of a capybara can mean so much more. Because you can kill a capybara, but you can't kill the idea of a capybara.
It's very true. The when a capybara finally dies is when they forget capybaras exist.
Right? That's when we no longer mention capybaras.
Yes.
And that only happens when the last man dies, and so in that way capybaras die when humanities die.
Fair. I will push back a little bit on the idea that people don't spend enough time thinking about capybaras and the idea of capybaras,
Mm.
because I feel like the last 5 to 7 years, capybaras have exploded in popularity.
And Caleb, this is my rebuttal to your rebuttal. My rebuttal is that I think that we those are still rookie numbers, and we need to pump those numbers up.
Oh, 100%. No, I
Like,
agree. I
I
agree.
I need, for every one thought we have about the Roman Empire, we need 16 more of the capybara. The idea of a capybara.
Okay. With that being said, where do you rank it? The idea of a capybara.
Wouldn't it be funny if I said D tier? Uh,
S
no, S tier, S tier, absolutely S tier.
tier for the capybara. The
S
idea.
tier for,
The idea
and
of a
again,
capybara.
the idea of a capybara being a color of the rainbow.
Yes. In terms of comparing the idea of a capybara to the other colors of the rainbow, it is an S tier.
Like, I need to see. I think more people need to pay for that premium package so that when they look up, they see the face of a capybara plastered across the sky, like it's goddamn Genshin Impact in advertising on YouTube.
I don't know if you have the stream pulled up or the one that I'm streaming to you right now. But if it's this photo of a capybara, 100%.
Just whatever it is, staring down on you like an omniscient
I
god,
I
judging you
want
for everything you do.
I want the Lion King moment, but instead of it being a lion made of clouds, I want it to be a capybara.
Right? It doesn't tell you, like, remember who you are. It just kind of makes this little noise at you,
Yeah.
like a
Uh,
game show buzzer.
so I'm also going to put it S tier. I absolutely love the idea of capybaras. I also
Hmm.
love guinea pigs are some of my favorite animals, and they're just big old guinea pigs.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I love the way that they talk. I love the way that they walk.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
I would vote for one if it ran for office.
I, it depends on how sharply dressed he is.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like we need to reconsider our stance on nudism in this country.
Okay, fair enough. Um, Believe it or not, that ties into a later entry.
Oh no.
Um, the next color of the rainbow that we will be discussing is finding a filled out coffee punch card.
Oh god, we're getting all the good bangers. Because imagine it, like this could really turn around your day. Like you're having a shitty morning, you can't find your keys, like you spend like 5-10 minutes trying to find your wallet. You get a bad text message from someone saying like, "Hey, that plan you're looking forward to all week, bam, not gonna happen. Got the flu, whatever. Got the kids." And then like you're on your way to work, and then you're just looking around for something, and then what do you see? A filled out punch card to Dutch Bros. This could turn around your whole morning. Now you can get a free 20-ounce large drink. Maybe this is the quad shot or the quad extra shot 911 that'll save your month, save your Friday afternoon.
That's true. Those are all fair statements to make.
Mhm.
But where does it rank among colors of the rainbow?
Oh, as far as color rainbow, I would say that finding an unexpected punch card about a B tier. Not necessarily the greatest, but it will help your morning.
Okay, okay. Uh, I thought you were gonna put it A tier, and I was like ready to finally have a disagreement. Right now our tier lists are exactly mirrored. Um,
Mhm.
but I will say having a full punch card makes your day marginally better. As somebody that works in the coffee shop industry, um, you know, I can't be as excited about it because I get a good amount of free coffee anyway. But
Uh-huh.
I think saving that extra $5 every 10 days or something like that, it does put a little pep in your step as you're walking the coffee shop, and you feel like an absolute baller when you pull that card out of your
Hmm.
out of your wallet and you hand it to the barista, and you're like, "This one's on you today."
Absolutely. And I will say, Caleb, as someone who's gotten plenty of free coffee from you specifically, that it's always made my morning better.
Are you trying to get me fired? Is that what's happening right now?
Caleb, if I was trying to get you fired for saying that, I would be getting half the other staff fired. More than half,
You get
actually.
that? You probably get the owner fired.
I would make the owner fire himself.
Yeah, not too much of an elaboration there. I think it's definitely. I would probably give it like a 55 out of 100 on that. Like it's definitely nice.
Yeah,
It's not a negative feeling, but it's like it feels good. It feels all right.
feels
Um,
good, and it's just nice when you look up after a rainy day and just see it up there in the sky.
yeah, yeah. When
It's like we all get a free coffee that day.
yeah the sky clears up. It just start. Well, I guess not where you're at. It doesn't thunderstorm, but it thunderstorms, and you walk outside. You see this beautiful rainbow, and then you see that one punch card that you found in your jacket pocket.
And then like maybe it's all gonna be okay.
Yeah, and it makes you kind of maybe like start to think about smiling without quite
Yeah,
getting there.
right. It's no capybara.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of things that make you smile,
Uh-huh.
the next color of the rainbow here. Your dog waiting for you to get home.
I mean, how is that even a debate? It's an S tier.
It's an S. Oh, just right off the bat. Is it above the capybara? The idea of a capybara.
Oh god, can I put it neck and neck with a capybara?
One's got to be better than the other.
Oh man,
That's how tier lists
because
go.
I would say above.
Above the
Be-
capybara.
and my reasoning is that like dogs are beings of pure love and love for you.
Okay, okay. Uh,
And just that feeling of like when you get home and like you look at them, they look at you, and you realize the band's back together. It's Jack Black getting back together with Kyle Gass. The misunderstanding, we misunderstood. The band's back together. Good times roll.
okay, okay. Um, I am going to put Your Dog Waiting for You to Get Home in A tier. It's above red, the color red for me.
Okay.
Um, I at first I had this Your Dog or Cat Waiting for You to Get Home. But more often than not, as much as I absolutely adore something waiting for me to get home, it definitely still brings joy to my day seeing this color of the rainbow.
Yeah.
But they also get in the way. Specifically, the dog that waits for me to get home and the cat that waits for me to get home, which
Mhm.
I have no idea. Oh, it's his dinner time. That's why he's eating, or that's why he's not on stream right now. Um, but like they're in the doorway. Like I open the door and there is like a giant ass dog, and I'm like, I'm just trying to get in. I just walked home from work. I just want to set my stuff down and be done. It's very cute that you're here right now, but I want to take off my shoes. And then the cat, who coincidentally every time I'm doing coming home, it's his dinner time. So then he starts bugging me, and I'm like, 5 seconds. That's all I need. 5 seconds. It's very adorable that you're doing this. It's something to look forward to every day, but it's a little much right now.
Mhm.
So that's why it's an A tier for me.
You know, honorable people can disagree.
Yeah, oh, that's exactly why we have exactly two tier lists right next to each other.
Exactly.
You ready for the next color? This one's a big one. That's going to be a
Do it.
controversial one.
All right.
The next color of the rainbow is the color orange.
Oh man, that's hard. You see, like I feel like orange is red's less cool cousin, like the one that gets pity invites to things, but like no one likes orange. It's a better flavor than it is color,
Okay, okay. I do really like orange flavored things like orange and chocolate. Oh,
right? And like, see, orange is a great flavor as a color. Oh god, I can see this being like a either a C or D tier. But which
oh,
one is it?
okay.
Because I mean, I feel like when it comes to being paired, like outside of Halloween, there was no good color pair for orange. It doesn't go anything. It doesn't stand well by itself. Because I mean, if you wear orange, what are you even saying? You know? What do you?
I'm going to respectfully disagree with you, but I want you to state your case first.
I mean, what's there to say? Orange stands for nothing.
That's okay.
Uh,
That's okay. You just gotta give me a ranking.
I'm gonna say D tier because orange is a coward who doesn't stand for much.
Okay. So orange is an S tier color. Um, I
Caleb,
think it is.
I retract what I say. This is we're gonna go through a pod divorce.
So
I'm taking the kids.
here's the thing. Here's the thing about orange. First of all, it's my favorite color. I am that guy. Um, and so I am very much biased. You can see even my Yu-Gi-Oh deck is sleeved in fucking orange sleeves. Um, I really enjoy it. I think it is the cooler red, honestly. Um,
Uh,
you
uh,
think of things that are made cooler by being red, and those are accented in orange and make it cooler because of that. Fire,
eh.
fire. Chat, help me. What else is red and orange?
Fire third time.
um, Also, high visibility vests and stuff like that. Like it is a
Like a
noticeable color.
square.
What?
Like a square.
That's okay. That's okay. when I'm not getting hit by cars and you are because you refuse to wear orange. Now, I will say, recent political events have made orange not as cool. It is not as cool to be orange anymore.
Yeah, what I got to say to that is, if I could dodge a ball, I could dodge a car.
And you know what? That ball is probably orange.
Right? That's why I'm dodging it. I don't want that shit on me. Is it a ball? Is it the 45th president? I don't know.
Okay,
All
fair
I
enough.
know is that orange means bad.
And that's okay. At least it's telling you what it is. It's not playing this limbo of dangerous but cool like red does.
Eh, eh.
That's okay. That's okay. That's why we have two lists. For you to be an orange hater and you know, I was gonna say something super ridiculous like okay maybe it like gives the orange man redeeming points because he's referred to as orange, but I don't even think I could do that as a joke. So
Caleb, I'm
we're
not
just gonna
mad at
move
you. I'm just disappointed.
on. We're just gonna move on. Um, the next color of the rainbow here are or is sorry grammar creepers in Minecraft.
Oh, B tier. I'm gonna say B tier
B tier.
because creepers, at least the fear of them will keep you in line and vigilant at all times. And
Okay.
when you do drop that vigilance, that's when they strike. And more importantly, when I look up at the sky during after a thunderstorm and I see a creeper in the sky, I freak the fuck out.
Okay. Okay.
And
Um,
then I wonder, like, is the sky about to blow up? Am I about to blow up? Is there about to be like a 8 by 4 by 3 hole in the ground?
um, are we feeling like it's worse than finding a filled out punch card?
Absolutely, it's worse
Okay.
than finding out. It's like there are two ends of the B spectrum, Caleb.
Well, I'm just asking because for me it's above a punch card for me.
I thought we were friends, man.
I would say I
I
would
thought we were
say
cool.
I would say a creeper like after a thunderstorm and I look up and I see the rainbow and I see the creeper face. I find it a little cringe. I will give it that much.
Yeah,
But I also
it's a
think
little
it's kind of
bandwagony.
cool. I think it's kind of cool. Like it's watching Ready Player One and doing the point the snap and point when you see all the references. It
Right?
doesn't
I
always
don't,
bring joy to my day, but I'm like I'm happy this exists.
I don't know. I mean, I look at it and I see it as like a gross intrusion of capitalism. Like, I get it, Microsoft, you have money to advertise, but you know what? You know what? The storm brings the creeper, even in Minecraft.
Oh my god! I just realized that this could actually be a real thing in like 10 years.
Absolutely, you say that, but we're gonna be laughing and crying when some like when Overlord Bezos announces that we have to pay an actual premium plus prescription just to see the great sky capybaras. I'm already paying 19.99 per month to see that, Caleb.
Yeah, that's
I don't want to pay 40 to see.
I would pay
And
40
then
bucks to see the idea of capybaras.
and like the package to see your dog waiting at home for you. That's an extra separate subscription, like HBO Max.
Yeah.
That shit costs extra.
That does cost extra. Speaking of things that cost extra, we just got done with creepers in Minecraft. Oh, creepers IRL.
What?
Creepers IRL.
Oh, like real? Oh, like the creepers IRL. That's also in the rainbow.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I'm talking. I'm talking. Well, for example, I have a picture of Drake here. Now, I
you
do
know,
want to say, when I was putting together this tier list, I spent a very long time picking the right picture of Drake for this photo. because every single one of them looked like Austin.
Um, can I put I don't even know what to say about that, but can I say we put creepers in C for not only for standing for creeper but also child predator?
Yeah, no, like I said, they're two separate things. We have creepers in Minecraft and creepers in real life.
Yeah, and it's like I don't know. I feel like oh no, Drake. All I'm saying is that like paying to have your face across the sky after a rain squall comes in, a bit creepy. That's what creepers do.
Now, I will say, I think it's very blasphemous that creepers in real life end up in C tier, but the color orange is a D tier. You feel better about creepers in real life than you do about the color orange.
Absolutely.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Sometimes they're
But
the same thing.
like you said, Caleb, orange is for danger.
Yeah, Drake's going D tier for me. D tier for Drake.
You know, I can't even fault you for that.
I think, creepers in real life, I think, give me point or a 5 out of 100 on the happiness scale, and the only reason they give me any modicum of happiness is because they're so easy to make fun of.
Absolutely. I mean, shit, we used to play World of Darkness with one.
True. Also, we. I mean, Kendrick Lamar is now the biggest pop star in the world because of one.
Yeah, he won that battle.
100%.
Like it's
100%.
not, and it's not even close.
Um.
And the joke, and the funny thing is like I don't even know who the hell Kendrick Lamar is, but I can tell you he won.
Okay. Okay. I have a. You can tell which one of these are my paid DLC because um, the next color of the rainbow that I have for you, Zach, to rank,
Huh. Yeah.
um, is a simple one:
Okay.
the Skeleton War.
Oh, well, I mean, this is Caleb. I know your answer. You know my answer. As for Skeleton War,
Yeah. What is the
like the only
photo I
bad.
have for this one?
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, I
Like
need to.
the only shitty part about Skeleton War is that there's not more Skeleton War.
It's true. It's true. Let me make sure I know what the photo of this one is because it. I remember
It's
laughing
like
at it.
it's like learning that the bottom like the endless breadsticks at Olive Garden aren't endless. Like I need more skeletons. Like I need more breadsticks.
Yes. The photo says it's time to enlist for the Skeleton War.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think. I mean, this could go two ways. Because this is a vague idea, hence the philosophical tag.
Uh,
You have the Skeleton War, which is our skeletons and Nate need to go fight other skeletons,
hmm.
and wanting to claw out of you at any given moment. Um, by the way, our skeleton is currently wet.
And it doesn't like that. The skeleton's all you get wet,
My skeleton's wet. He's covered in meat juice right now.
but he doesn't like it.
No, no, he doesn't like it.
What's to break free?
Yeah. The other meaning of the Skeleton War is I think it was 2016. There was a great skeleton meme war where October
Yeah.
came and went, and people, instead of posting skeleton memes like they're supposed to, contractually obligated, written in the Constitution, they were posting
Yeah.
memes about trebuchets and things like that. And that is the Great Skeleton War of 2016.
Right. It's in the Bible.
It's in the Bible.
It's in the Bible.
For me,
But I
it's
mean, like,
very easy. These are all three just straight off right off the bat. These are probably going to be my S tiers. Skeleton War, the idea of capybaras, and the color orange. The
and
best colors of the rainbow.
I'm 2/3 of the way there with you.
The Skeleton War placed at the top of S tier for you.
Yeah.
Okay, okay,
Because
cool.
I mean, like, capybaras are here and good in the present, but skeleton wars forever.
That's true. That's true. After we die, we decompose, and then we're drafted into the skeleton war.
Absolutely. And you know what? God save the queen. The Skella Queen.
The skeleton queen. Um, Zach, how do you feel about the color or color yellow?
Oh god, D tier below yellow. If there was an F or a double F, I'd put it there.
D tier underneath orange. Okay.
Straight to hell. Straight to hell.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. I'm
Like
inclined to agree.
I hate yellow. I hate yellow like I hate lemons. Like they are unpleasant, they are unsightly, they do not smell nice. I do not like them. No, thank you. Goodbye.
I'm struggling to think if there's anything remotely like that I enjoy about the color yellow.
No.
I say that even though like my Opera GX theme is all cyberpunk based, so it has like a yellow trim to it all.
Yeah, yeah,
I think for the most part, anytime that something is yellow or accented by yellow, it's made worse by that. And I think it's an
it
eyesore.
really
It
is.
hurts to look at. Like the
Like
sun's yellow.
and I fucking hate the sun.
Exactly. The sun's
Like
yellow and it hurts to look at.
it is. And you know what? If I see someone wearing yellow, I assume that they are a happy person, and then I cannot relate to them.
Bees are pretty cute though.
Bees are fine. Bees are we stand the honey bros.
Yeah.
It's not their fault. At yellow is double F tier, bees S double S.
Yeah. Okay. I'm there with you. I'm there with you.
Okay. We're of one mind.
Yes. Yes. Uh, the next color of the rainbow. I forgot.
You know, sometimes it happens. Like you're thinking about it, you're thinking about it, you're thinking about it, you're looking at the sky, you're trying to figure out what you're going to talk about, but then you forget. It happens to all of us.
Yep. Yep.
Caleb, this is where I criticize you for not including an F tier.
Do you want an F tier?
I need an F tier, and then if we do an F tier, I need to throw yellow down on it.
Is it going to F tier? F tier. Yellow goes down here.
Yep.
And we need to
Yep.
change the
It's
color
yellow.
of it to be actually yellow is perfect.
Yeah, yellow is perfect. And then I need you to throw I forgot in front of yellow so that yellow's at the bottom.
Okay. So the photo I picked for I forgot is the hit single by the Lionel Richie, I forgot.
I forgot. It happens to all of us. Whatever it was, I'm sure it's not important, but it's by an F tier. It's F for I forgot.
Okay, so here's my case for I forgot being C tier.
Okay.
Sometimes I will say it is mostly to a negative detriment, but sometimes finding a filled out punch card doesn't happen if you didn't forget it existed in the first place, or you
Okay,
forgot where you put it.
It's like a mixed blessing, is what you're saying.
Exactly. Sometimes forgetting something definitely sucks, and I've been on the fair share of that. But sometimes, like, you open up the fridge and you find, oh, I still have leftovers from going to the spaghetti factory the other day. That's awesome.
Yeah, okay. I see your reasoning. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong.
So it's a mixed bag. It's more bad than good, but it's still it's not quite Drake/Austin level.
Yeah, you're right. Forgetting is not as bad as Austin.
Okay, I have a really good color of the rainbow for you. This is one that I forgot, and I'm sure you have never thought about before.
That's a bold statement.
Those skate videos of Jesus shredding to the music of Pearl Jam.
So, Caleb, first of all, you're wrong. I have thought about that. So, you can check that off your task. Shows how well you know me, bestie. Um, I'm okay with. Like, I'm somewhat infamous for being an atheist. Um, but you know what? I could stand a rad Jesus. Let's say C tier, above Drake.
Above Drake. He's just slightly better than creepers in real life.
Like, I don't really care for religion, but I mean, like, it's hard not to. Like, you see a man just like absolutely shredding it, dressed up as Jesus. It's hard not to say that.
to the
So,
to the music
no,
of Pearl Jam.
and no matter who you are, like, I don't really give a shit about Pearl Jam. I'm gonna tell you that much right now. But like, just the optics of it. You know what? I don't care who you are. You're gonna admit, okay, that's kind of cool.
Oh, 100%. I think it goes incredibly hard. It's A tier for me.
Okay,
I think
I can see it.
I think it's cooler than the color red. Like
Fair enough.
I don't subscribe to the religion or anything like that, but
Oh,
I think it is unbelievably cool. And if Jesus does exist, but he exists in this type of form, he is probably top 20 coolest people ever born.
fair enough. And I want to point out for anyone listening to this at home, is that he's not tech. We're kind of stretching this because Jesus on a skateboard is not technically a color of the rainbow, but he is grinding on the rainbow.
Well, and it's a feeling, you know.
It's a feeling.
The rainbow can be perceived in multiple different ways. For this, we can see Jesus shredding the rainbow itself, the half pipe that is the rainbow,
Yeah.
while even flow is playing in our head.
Right? Like, and you know what? That's just how it's got to be.
Exactly, exactly. So, plus he's Jesus. I mean, that could be a thing.
It could be a
Something
thing. You
something
don't
water
know.
into wine.
So, exactly.
Okay. This is another good one. Seldom, often thought about, but seldom experienced. Getting a good night's rest.
God, what do you even say? You go first. You go first.
Well, okay, so we say some stuff on this channel. Um,
We say some shit.
I I'm going to put it top of B tier, and here's my reasoning. It's a myth.
It's a
It is
yeah.
much like the female O. It doesn't exist, but the idea of it leads to you chasing it and leads to goals in life.
I would just say like a myth in the sense of like keeping Aerith alive in Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, these are all in the same vein. Getting a good
Like,
night's rest, saving Aerith, the female O. All myths. Do not exist. But
I would,
you went to some extreme effort to try and do it.
Caleb, I don't know how to tell you this, especially not live on the air, but I can verify it. At least 2 of the 3 of those actually exist, and it's not the one you think. Uh, 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 yeah, I'm gonna say, but I mean, I will say, like, I agree with you that a good night's sleep would be amazing. I'm a chronic insomniac. I have such a hard time sleeping in general. To be honest, I look at the sky. I don't even think it's up there in the rainbow. I don't think it. Caleb, what I'm saying is, and I'm sorry to do this to you live on air, but I don't think sleeping on the rainbow or sleeping is part of the rainbow. I just don't believe it. I
Tell
am a
that to the
rainbow truth.
bisexuals.
I am a truther when it comes to sleeping being a part of the rainbow. Um, I am gonna say, but for its like mythological importance in our society, low A tier.
Low A tier. Like I said, I agree. It doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
But
And to be clear,
chasing it leads to good things happening.
But what I'm gonna say is that like what I mean by two of those things existing is that you can keep Aerith alive, and what you need to do is run through the entirety of Golden Saucer 10,000 times. Trust me, it works. My uncle who works at Sony confirmed it.
You have to beat Ruby Weapon with all of your characters being level 1.
Absolutely. So what you need to do is actually you need to get Tifa and get her limit break to come up sevens every single time, 10,000 times.
SCP-55.
What?
You were saying about Final Fantasy 7 or Tifa?
Oh
Or...
yeah, yeah. You need her to limit break to come up like sevens every single time, 10,000 times in order to get Aerith to stay alive.
Oh, so
She actually comes
the
back.
next one is SCP-55.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Tifa. Caleb, be there.
How do you feel about the color green?
S tier, favorite color, top of the list. Next, no, not top of the list. Second to Skeleton War. I had to stop myself. Green is my favorite color.
Bones are mine.
Bones are a great color. In fact, Caleb, it's the color you already are.
Buh. I'm just reading. Ranking the colors of the rainbow, plus a few others so they don't get lonely.
It's important.
Do you have anything you want to say about green?
No, I mean, it's a color of plants, of nature, of vitality, of fertility. It makes me think about growth.
Yeah,
It's a peaceful color.
I think green definitely stands to be top of A tier for me. I think it's the color green is slightly better than your dog waiting for you to get home.
Yeah.
And it's a pleasant color. Like I can't think of anything that is green that I outright despise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that it's definitely not an all-around color. I don't think just anything can be green and be great. Like Machamp. Machamp shiny looks gross and he's just green.
Yeah.
Shrek
People should not be green.
Shrek green, it works for him.
Yeah, like people should not be green.
But yeah, I think green's a pretty good color.
Yeah. I would say like you're looking at your list, you're awfully close to making the Irish flag. And that sparks joy. Like it almost redeems your placement of orange, but not quite. Almost though. Almost.
Oh, here's a good color. Stygian blue.
Oh god, S for Stygian blue. Below green.
Okay. Do you wanna tell chat what Stygian blue is?
So Stygian blue is probably one of the best colors of the rainbow because you really need to strain yourself and almost burn your retinas to see it. And I think that anything that requires you to be physically maimed in a hard to describe way is worth it. So I mean, next time you see yourself able to join some extreme sport or other like absurd activity, do it. The idea of possibly losing eyesight forever makes it worth it.
Okay.
To actually describe Stygian blue, it's the color. So like, there's a list of colors called impossible colors, and that's only because you don't pay the monthly subscription to see it in the rainbow. But for you normies out there, what it means is that it's a color outside of the normal human perception of colors, and so Stygian blue itself is a blue with such high contrast that your eyes don't necessarily know how to perceive that wavelength. But to kind of get an idea of it, you have to actually debase yourself by staring at a really bright orange for like a minute, 2 minutes, and then closing your eyes, and like that after burn of your retina, that as was the where the orange was in your field of sight, will be kind of a close approximation of Stygian blue. But again, you have to really defy yourself by staring at orange for that long.
So you admit that orange is necessary to see Stygian blue.
Yeah, in the same way that like you can't really appreciate happiness without experiencing true despair.
Okay, fair enough. Uh, Luna in chat says, "Yo yo yo, got a little busy. Forgot you were streaming. Oh man, I can't wait to hear from some hot takes from the hosts of SCPod. New season starts today." And then says, "Oh, so Stygian blue is the color I see when I turn my phone off on after sleeping."
Yes.
um, Luna, since you just joined,
Provided that
sorry, go ahead.
provided that you're staring at a picture of a solid bright orange.
Yes, yes. Uh, Luna, since you're just joining the stream, we are ranking the colors of the rainbow, as you can see by the title. We also threw a few honorable mentions and stuff that most people haven't paid the paid DLC to unable to unlock seeing as part of the rainbow. So
Absolutely. Like we included orange as an honorable mention because it's not really part of the rainbow, as we all
solid
know.
bright orange is what I dream about. Must run in the family. So because some of these are abstract and I couldn't really get a good photo of them in the rainbow, I'm just gonna catch everybody up with what we've ranked so far. I guess I can rank Stygian blue. I think Stygian blue is probably bottom of B tier for me. I think it is it is perfectly 50-50. It's not something I think about often. I think it's cool that it exists, but seeing Stygian blue in the rainbow does not make my day worse or better. It just makes. So to catch everybody up, this is a goated tier listing.
Hi, Assassin by Day. I'm sorry we put you in C and D tier.
Yeah. So okay. So what we have here is um, to catch everybody up on what we've exactly ranked so far. We have the color red, the idea of a capybara, finding a filled out punch card, your dog waiting for you to get home, the color orange, creepers in Minecraft, creepers in real life, the skeleton war, the color yellow, I forgot, those skate videos of Jesus shredding to the music of Pearl Jam, getting a good night's rest. Oh, I don't know. Zach, did we rank SCP 55?
Did we do what?
I I have a weird one here of says that we were supposed to rank SCP 55.
We already did. I forgot.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Then we have the color green, and we are caught up on Stygian blue. So we have some good ones. I'm not sure if I should be offended by the tier placement of being called a creeper in real life, which makes it more offensive both ways. Okay, so here's the thing, Austin. I built
Good.
this tier list, and I had to dig. I had to dig for a photo of Drake that was not the splitting image of you. I literally had your Instagram pulled up, and I was scrolling through, making sure that Drake has so many photos that I don't know if you've knowingly replicated or what, but it was Austin on my screen. So I
And I'm gonna
found the
tell you
one.
why.
I
I'm
found
not
the
gonna,
one that looks the least like Austin.
and I'm gonna tell you why I don't feel bad because I messaged him on Instagram several days ago asking if he wanted to get a beer, and he didn't even check his messages.
Yeah, that's Austin.
D tier.
D tier. You have them in C tier.
Moving on to D tier. Love orange though.
Show proof.
Check your Insta.
Show your work. Okay, the next color of the rainbow that we have. Oh, this is one that's bound to cause a stir.
Okay.
Spelling color, color. COLOUR.
Oh, I'm gonna say B tier, but below coffee shop card. because so I was a really lonely child who had zero friends, and so I spent a lot of time as a youth reading really old books. And so as part of that, I picked up old English spellings for words, which includes using like the U in harbor, color, and stuff like that, and behavior. And so for a long time, like even to this day, that's still like my first instinct. And so like when I look up into the sky and see it in the rainbow, I feel vindicated. Like it's not me, it's the children who's wrong.
It's not me, it's the children that's wrong. Color to me is C tier. It's slightly better than forgetting something. Um, I just can't approve of anything that the British does different from us. Their date structure is
Yeah.
bad. Their spelling is worse. Beans on toast is probably the worst thing that's ever existed. I fought. Pause. Rewind. We as a nation fought a revolutionary war in order to not use the word color like that.
Caleb, I'm really happy that you stopped from accidentally outing yourself as a 300-year-old Revolutionary War veteran.
Back in my day,
Like, I'm glad that we've specifically avoided revealing the fact publicly that Caleb is a Revolutionary War veteran who's been alive this entire time and has not been paying income taxes, so IRS really should not look at his details.
he's right. I'm very glad that we didn't reveal that. Next
Right?
topic.
Like,
What
what
tier of
can you
color is being ghosted?
imagine the chaos what would happen if we reveal that Calica Plays and its owner Caleb is a 300-year-old tax dodger to the Income Revenue Service?
I would just peel off my skin and become a skeleton.
I don't know how to tell you this, Caleb, but that still won't stop the IRS. They will literally take your bones.
But okay, but what do they do with the bones? You can't
Oh, they hold them
handcuff a
against.
skeleton.
Yes, you can. You just gotta handcuff and super glue every single piece.
Okay, okay. Fair, fair. I was like, no, I just take off my hand and slip it out. Okay, so our next color of the rainbow. Um, the loss of childhood wonder.
This is kind of like something we all have to grapple with, and just getting that regular reminder in the sky of what we've lost as a person, as our humanity, about that little spark of wonder and amazement we have about the world is being dissipated and ground to dust by the day-to-day life of adult living in post-capitalist hellscape. Um, C tier below Jesus.
C tier below Jesus.
And I really think like that shows the dichotomy of a C tier, where like on the upper hand you have the Lord and Savior himself, and the other hand is the death of your childhood soul.
Skeletons still have wrists they can be handcuffed or beaten to dust with a boot. That's where you're wrong. I drink so much milk. My bones are so strong. They've practically turned diamond. Um, I think for me, the loss of childhood wonder is probably low C, top of D tier. It's not quite like getting a good night's sleep as far as like
Mhm,
a myth that like makes you want to do better. It's just
mhm.
more of nostalgia that you feel bad for losing, you know? You're not pursuing anything good because of it. It's just something that makes you feel down. But you can still look
Yeah,
back and feel happy for those moments as well.
that's true. That's true.
So for now, it's going to go bottom of C tier, but it has a chance of dropping into D tier.
Hmm.
Okay. This is the Todd Howard DLC.
The
Mud
Todd
crabs.
Howard. What?
Mud crabs.
The like mud crabs or the idea of mud crabs.
Just mud crabs.
Oh, Ooh, low end of D tier, somehow below orange, just because I've
and fucking creepers.
yeah, like, and so like my reason is that like enough of these little bastards have stopped me from like fast resting or fast traveling that like I generally find them like irritating in a bad way. Like I do like the DLC in Skyrim that lets me eat them, like a small recompense. But I don't know. Like I look up, I see the mud crab in the rainbow, and it makes me. And this is a super deluxe plus DLC for the rainbow that you have to pay too much for, and like I don't know why I pay for that package. To be
It's
honest,
literally the horse armor DLC.
it's literally the horse armor DLC in the sky. It's the ghost crab rider in the sky. And yeah, I don't know. It's depressing. It's bad. I hope that they change it next season.
Yeah, the next patch notes haven't been put out yet.
Yeah, I when the next patch notes come out for the rainbow, I hope they say remove crab.
Well, I hope they don't say remove crab. I hope that they just say the mud crab. I still want a crab in the sky.
I just don't want that crab in the sky.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It does get bonus points because it is a crab. I think it's probably, you know what? It's probably right with the creeper of just like, I think about it, I feel a twinge of negativity, but then
Uh-huh.
like, it's still a crab and it makes me happy it exists.
And to be clear, we're talking about Minecraft creeper, not creeper creeper.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. That, yeah. The,
We need
the,
to be
the
specific.
creeper, the explosive kind, not the A minor side.
Well, in 2024, Caleb, both can be explosive.
It's very true. But they wear bones on the outside. That's all crabs. That's why they're so great. I do get a little tinge of enjoyment out of like going to fast travel and there's like just a mud crab that's talking shit at you. But
Hmm.
outside of that, yeah. Um. Okay. Well, what's the next one? Ah, SCP-55.
What's the next color, Caleb?
I thought I just told you the next color.
Yeah, I just don't. I couldn't hear you. There's an audio cutout. What was it?
Oh. Let's see here. We just did mud crabs. The color blue.
Oh, this is pretty easy. B for blue.
B for blue. Do you have a
Um,
where at on the list?
let's say above coffee, above the coffee. Like I don't know,
Top
like
of B tier.
I used to, yeah, I would say like my feelings on blue have really shifted,
Oh god.
in because like I used to give it a lot of shit because it was my sister's favorite color, and then I didn't like it because of that. But I don't know, it's a very peaceful color. I think that the only thing I count against blue these days is that um the whole thing about tech companies using blue backgrounds and colors specifically because it makes it harder for you to sleep.
Oh yeah. Blue light. Yeah.
And so, like,
Wait, you
yeah, and
forgot
so like,
one.
I don't like that. But I don't know. I mean, blue, like a deep blue, but not Stygian blue, reminds me of like deep waters, deep calming waters. And so, like, I don't know. It's a natural color. I like it. Makes me think about the sky, which coincidentally is also part of the rainbow.
Um. Okay. For me, I think blue goes top of A tier for me. I think it's the
Okay.
best primary color for both spectrums. Um, it's cool. Literally. Um, just like how red has like the shifting property, the Doppler effect property. I think it's really cool. A lot of things I do like are blue, and if
Uh-huh.
orange didn't exist, blue would probably be my favorite color.
Which will make more sense. So I think we just need to cancel orange.
I think we are already trying. It's just there's a presidential election that happens before that.
Yeah.
Um, Chat says, "Wait, you forgot one."
Oh shit. What
Which
was it?
one? Um, oh, how could I forget this one? SCP-55.
We just did blue.
Right, we just did blue. And
Right. So,
we have uh oh, forgetting your wallet. Sorry, I
oh,
don't know
that's
what
why we
came over me.
forgot it. It's another forgetting one. That's why we
Yeah,
forgot it. Shitty, absolutely bad. Because like you get to work, you want to buy some coffee to pick your day up, and then you have a punch card in there that's filled out, but you forgot your wallet.
true.
Like crap, you can't
I'm
even
saying
buy
this all
coffee
the
now.
time. Okay, that being said, what is it better or worse than creepers in real life?
Oh man. I'm gonna say that not having access to your material wealth is still better than Drake.
Okay, okay. How much better? Like a tier better or just slightly better?
Just slightly better.
Okay, so D tier, just above Drake.
Yep.
Um, so forgetting my wallet, also gonna go above Drake, but in D tier for me.
Okay.
I have a fun story with this one. Of actually, when I was streaming earlier this year, I walked to the grocery store. It's about a block and a half, 2 blocks away from me. Um, and I walked there, and my dumbass, I it's been very open. I live in Denver, Colorado, and there
Hmm.
was like a foot of snow on the ground, and I walked there. My dumbass walked there in slides, and I got there. I go to check out, and I forgot my wallet. So I have them hold the merchandise, walk back home, and then on the way back to the grocery store, I trip, fall into a snowbank on
Oh
the road, and it was
no.
slushy, and I was soaked to the bone. But I think I can't remember what I was buying. It might have just been like 2 boxes of pasta, honestly.
They really ruined your rice.
Yeah. So the one thing I will say, and why I picked this image for it, is there's one modicum of okayness about forgetting your wallet, and it says, "I forgot my wallet. You can pay, right?" What better way of getting a free lunch?
Ah, yes. Pity.
Exactly. Okay. Now that I've shown myself to be a real scumbag. Oh, this one is probably my favorite one on the list, as far as like my favorite listed item, not my S tier.
Okay.
Nebulas.
Oh, nebulas are cool. It's a little freaky when you see them in the sky unprompted, but I mean, it happens every time you rain, right? And what I think a lot of people don't understand is that nebulas are actually not a premium color. You can just see them; they're just up there. And I think that anyone that doesn't see a nebula every time it rains really needs to get their eyes checked out
Now,
because
I
it's
will say
pretty clear.
I will say it might not be paid DLC in like unlocking nebulas as something you can see, but it is paid DLC in having good eyes to do so.
Oh shit! You know what, Caleb? I forgot. You actually need to beat the secret raid boss in order to get nebulas. And we all know where the secret raid boss, so I don't need to say here on stream where it is.
Right,
But you
right.
only get to see the nebula if you beat the secret raid boss in real life. Is it worth it? I don't know. We remember those who fell in the raid, of course, which we all know where it happened. Um, low end of A.
Low end of A. It's too hot for Momo to get up here. He's melting on the floor.
And Azura, I'm not placing it on S tier because you said talk smack about Dratini.
Get absolutely clowned upon.
Get dunked.
God, my son, he's dying. I think I can maybe have the webcam show what Momo looks like right now. My son, he's dying.
Your poor boy.
Noodle Dragon can get the boot.
You know what? So can the intern. Uh, eh.
Okay, nebulas for me are going to be. I think they're going to be S tier. I
Okay.
really enjoy looking at them. They're okay. So the museum here in Denver has a 20 questions game in the museum, and you have to think of something space related. And hyperfixation, being on the spectrum, whatever it is, I love space, and so I came up with the Crab Nebula. I was like, I'm gonna make it specific, and then that way, like, there's no anything like that. It got it in 6 questions.
Nice.
Yeah, so nebulas are pretty. Especially, I was gonna pick the Pillars of Creation, but the Pillars of Creation are not a nebula. It's just
Yeah, they're dust clouds.
they're just gas clouds. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, next color of the
And,
rainbow.
and remember, you have to beat the raid boss to see the nebulas on the rainbow.
True. Speaking of the raid boss, the vacant part of my soul after my last real breakup.
Ooh. I'm gonna say this is a controversial take, Caleb, and I hope you forgive me for it. But I'm gonna say that the vacant part of your soul, after your last real breakup, is a mid B tier just because of all the beautiful art produces.
Okay, what? You have 4 things in B tier. Where are we feeling? Like right
Dead
below?
center. Dead center.
Okay, okay. Do you want to elaborate?
No.
Okay. You look up the Ring Nebula right now. I'm gonna
You
do that
see,
on the
you
monitor.
see,
That
I
is
would,
not.
and I see it there, man. But the question is did you beat the raid boss and can you see it? He doesn't even know. He doesn't even know.
The Ring Nebula is pretty. My favorite nebula is definitely Cat's Eye. Yeah, that one's cool. Um,
I don't know. I feel like all nebulas are kind of cool. Like they're always like they're never going to dip below a certain amount just because how could you be against this?
exactly, exactly.
Like so like they'll never be the top of my list, but they'll never be anywhere near the bottom.
Yeah, yeah. So the vacant part of my soul after my last real breakup. I just found out my last real breakup just got married. Um,
That's terrible.
yeah. So, much like a good night's sleep, motivates you to do better. I'm just kidding. Um, the vacant part of your soul. As far as a color of the rainbow, I think it has to go slightly above Stygian blue for me. It
Okay,
doesn't
fair
hurt
enough.
quite as much. Um, it doesn't hurt quite as much to look at as Stygian blue, but it's
Mhm.
still probably like brings a little bit of detriment to your day. Um,
Yeah, like you definitely take psychic damage when it happens.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
And so like that feeling of looking up and just seeing it there across the sky between the clouds really just puts a damper on all of it. But I'm
But you
bummed.
know what? I would take 1d4 of psychic damage over the 1d6 of force damage that Stygian blue gives me.
I don't know, potato potato.
um, you look up the Ring Nebula right now. You'll never pick another nebula over it again. Um, that's a cool opera mod. Happy birthday? Question mark. God damn
Oh,
it.
that's right, Caleb. Happy birthday.
Oh, we have a religious listener of the podcast. What? Nico didn't get married?
That you know of.
I was gonna say that's not my last real breakup. My last What Nico and I have gone through is just called on and off again. The next color of the rainbow. Oh, the color indigo.
Okay. You know, I don't know about you, Caleb, but I'm kind of met on indigo. Like I really came from a place of like I really didn't like purple or purple adjacent colors for a long time, but one thing that helped me rehabilitate the color in my mind is like so there was this ancient profession called the purple makers in England because
Okay.
the way they would make the dye is that they would have to boil this horribly pungent cabbage like plant and it would just make this horrible, horrible stench that no one who made it was allowed inside town limits because of the stench. But it was also the color that they was only allowed to be worn by kings and like the royals. And so you just had this wonderful dichotomy of like this thing that was so terrible to make that you were almost untouchable if you made it, but what you made was on the skin of your king.
Yeah.
And so like I think it's a really interesting dichotomy. Um I'm going to say that Indigo, with all of its storied history, is below Creepers at Minecraft.
Uh, Below creepers or above creepers? Oh, hey, Momo decided to show up.
Yeah, yeah, right there.
Okay. Yeah, I think Indigo gets to be a little bit redeemed for me. It's probably above Mudcrab. No, you know what? It's not quite a myth like getting a good night's sleep. Um, and I think it's cool that it's not like a color a lot of people think about. Other than being a part of the rainbow or the Indigo Plateau from Pokemon. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think it's a good enough color. It's definitely my preferred version of purple.
Mm.
Kind of that dark, rich one. But you just came up here. Okay.
I don't know. I feel like we're pretty solid on our agreement of B tier.
Yeah, yeah. Yours is just bottom B tier. Mine's top of B tier.
Yeah, it's close enough for government work.
Yeah. Um. Okay. Next one. Uh, New car smell.
Oh, see, I don't know. Like, I don't drive, and so like I've never owned a car, so I've never really, I sure as shit never bought a car, and so this doesn't really mean a whole lot to me. So bottom of D tier,
Bottom of D tier.
like it means nothing to me.
Worse than Drake.
It is worse than a possible child predator.
Alleged.
Alleged.
um.
And it's not even that it's worse, it's that it just means nothing to me. It is dead to me.
Yeah, I can understand that. For me, it's A tier, but I think it brings a good amount of happiness when it is around, or getting the smell of it in like a gas can or something for your car or something like that. It's nice to have that new car smell. I think it's probably cooler than the color red. Not by much, but I think it brings at least 65 out of 100 for happiness for me.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Oregano.
Oregano?
Oregano. You know, the spice.
Oh, oregano. You're talking about oregano, Caleb.
Oregano.
Oregano. And we'll workshop it. We'll workshop it. We'll get it right eventually.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll get it in time for the next season.
The oregano flavor, or the oregano color.
So I think that well, I mean, we already have green on there, so I mean, I think can we skip one? Can we call it mulligan?
Can we put a mulligan? Oh, yeah, I can do the next one. SCP-55.
No, that's what I'm saying. We're skipping oregano.
We're skipping oregano.
Yeah,
Right. So SCP-55.
we already did. I forgot.
Anxiety.
Ooh. So, I mean, for those of y'all who don't know, I am a horror writer by trade. And I feel like anxiety has helped me write and shape a lot of some of my favorite stories. So I mean, at least for me, like when I see it up there and just looming over me like a great beast to inspire fear in the sky next to, say, and we all know that in the Order of the Rainbow, anxiety comes after red but before green. Uh, so I mean, what does that mean? Like I guess it would be like in A tier above red, just to keep it in the natural order of things,
Okay. Okay. Um,
as we all know.
Anxiety is going to go in below the loss of childhood wonder of when it's happening, I don't want it. When it's not happening, I don't want it. But there is a little bit of self improvement and things that you can glean from it. But for the most part, it's a detriment to my existence.
And remember, the fear will always keep you in line.
True. Oh, my son, he's melted. He's on the skillet that is my bed and just lounging.
He gave up.
Yeah. He's like, I've seen you sleep here. It must be a little bit cooler.
Good night.
At least you have a water fountain. I don't.
Well, I mean, you have a faucet. That's kind of like a fountain.
It's true. Okay, next color. What's our next color? We're skipping oregano. Violet.
Oh God, it's like Indigo's preppy, insufferable little sister.
Yeah, 100%.
Um, Bottom of C tier.
Bottom of C tier. You have quite the
Like,
crazy C tier going on here.
I think it tells you a lot of who I am.
I think you've described Violet pretty well. I think it's gonna go bottom of C. No, 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 no. It's gonna go middle of C tier for me. It is just
Okay.
the preppy, obnoxious sorority girl version of Indigo.
Right, and not like it's not like it's cooler goth older sister.
Exactly, exactly. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with that.
Fair
Okay.
enough.
The next one, just girly things.
Huh.
Do you remember those?
So I do remember those. Are we talking about like the meme idea of like
Yes.
just girly things?
So the picture
And
I
so like,
have says being in love with your best friend, just girly things, and it's two dudes kissing.
oh man, I would say middle of S tier because love wins in 2024.
Middle of S tier, below Stygian blue,
Yeah, let's
above
not get
waiting for
ahead
your
of us.
dog.
Yeah, like
Okay,
let's not get ahead of ourselves. But it's 2024. Give love a chance.
that's true. That's true. Now, granted, this is just girly things, not this exact photo, but just girly things.
I stand by my statement,
Okay, okay. I guess we
and
are
I
describing the colors of the rainbow. We can't hold back.
absolutely like, and I just remember the joy of Schadenfreude I had when I saw all of the fundamentalists freaking out because the rainbow is now gay just because there's two dudes kissing on it every time it rains
Every time.
when it's sunny. When it's sunny, 30% of the time, every time.
Well, I mean, even like the Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon cover. Two dudes
Absolutely.
kissing
Which,
on it.
as we know, Pink Floyd famously chose the rainbow refraction of a prism because it was gay.
Exactly. Exactly.
As we all know.
I think it's gonna go A tier for me. Probably
Okay.
better than New Car Smell. I enjoyed the meme. Um, I enjoyed the 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 haters of the memes.
Mhm.
I enjoy this photo. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. I think that's yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
The next color for the rainbow of the rainbow that I have is the color gray.
Ooh, S tier above green. Green, gray is my other favorite color between gray and green. And I want to point out that gray is also famously like nebulas is not a premium color, and in fact exists in the shadow of all things, and so all things must contain an element of gray. Um, because gray is between light and white and black, and is just simply a moderate decrease of light.
Okay, okay. You've got quite the big S tier going on here. I didn't know you were such a colorful person, Zach.
Absolutely, because you think of me, Caleb, and you think color.
I That's probably in the top 100 things I think of first words that come to mind when I think of you, including other colors before the word color.
Yeah, like SCP-55.
What's that?
Oh, it's a color. You know what? I forgot. I forgot.
Oh yeah, we already talked about it. I forgot.
Yeah, well, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay, so the color gray. I don't know. I have a hard time thinking anything about it. It's probably going to go above the British spelling of color. It's more of a shade to me, but like I don't know. The fact that the Supreme Court ruled in 1976 that gray was a color and not a shade, it was a controversial sports pick, and the jury's still out on if that was the sign of the first corruption of the Supreme
You know,
Court.
like I will say that like our institution of having nine god kings rule over legal proceedings isn't my favorite thing about our government, but I will say they got that right.
The God King part, or
Oh, the gray part, the
oh, the
god
gray
king
part.
part, totally wrong, but
Yeah. Okay, let me. I gotta word this one exactly.
okay.
Freaking out that you're late for the school bus, but you're 30.
It happens to all of us. Like you wake up, you like super slept in, or you definitely didn't get enough sleep because it would be established you can't actually get enough sleep in. Um, but you think like, oh shit, I gotta go to school, I gotta catch the bus. You get up, like you pour yourself some coffee, try to like quickly scarf something down. You run out. You're wearing your shoes and you're wearing your shirt inside out. You're your shoes on the wrong feet. You don't think you're wearing any underwear, but you didn't bother to check. And you're sitting there in the corner, and then you realize it's Sunday, and I'm 30.
You know
Really,
what? That's
really ruins
exactly
the
the
day.
meme that I picked for this photo too.
I know. I know. Um, uh, middle of F tier,
Middle of F tier, just above the color yellow.
just because of the color yellow, because nothing is as bad as yellow looks.
But it is tangentially related to school buses, which are yellow.
Exactly. Harbingers of doom.
I think I'm going to say the same. The one thing I will say is there is a positive of like now you know how fast you're able to get ready.
But I mean,
And
if you're an adult, you should know that.
right. But if you've never had that moment of like, oh shit, I need to get up right now and like you judo flip out of bed and all that other shit. Now you know every morning, oh, it only actually takes me 7 minutes instead of the allotted 15 that I usually do. So you get an
Mhm.
extra 8 minutes of sleep every day.
Yeah, it's like practicing your speed run to get to work.
Exactly.
Your glitchless any percent speed run to go to work on time.
And you know what? It's a perfect tier list.
It's a perfect tier list.
It's a
Yeah, like
perfect
we
tier
got
list.
everything. and we certainly didn't forget anything.
Nope. We skipped
Like
one. We skipped one, but
we
um,
skipped the oregano. We
yeah,
skipped the oregano.
there's just no reason to talk about oregano.
There's no reason. Like, what is oregano? Pfft, oregano. It doesn't even exist.
Oregano, you glad I didn't talk about SCP-55?
Oregano, you didn't. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, is there anything that you need to move around, Zach? Is there anything that you're like, wow, that ended up a lot higher than I expected?
No, I think I nailed this. I think like I was perfect in all my choices. I have zero regrets. The only thing I regret is that you put orange in S tier.
Yeah, it happens. You can't win
Yeah,
them all. There's a
and
reason
you
that
know,
I'm the
Caleb,
one that's drugged on the podcast.
exactly. Like you often make a lot of I often make a lot of choices that you end up regretting.
You know what? I think you even like, since you usually put the drugs on the pizza that I eat, and pizza is like
Yeah.
pretty orange, all things considered. I think that there's something there.
You know, Caleb, I didn't want to tell you this, but I add a little bit of food coloring to the pizza to make it orange so that it attracts you.
Ah, gotcha.
It's how in conjunction with it being under a box and stick and string, how I capture you every single time.
Hey, I'm a simple guy.
Yeah, like it's like it's a box of unusually orange pizza and like one of those temporary Final Fantasy VII comet tattoos
Yeah,
every time.
every time. That's what gets me.
How about you, Caleb? Do you have any regrets
Do I have any regrets?
in general?
My lifelong mission of chasing a good night's sleep, among other myths.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty big regret. Um,
I'll tell you
but
one thing I regret.
oh yeah,
It's that I didn't buy a house in 1994 because I was too busy being in utero.
fair.
I regret that every day I'm alive.
You know, I also sometimes regret that uh, I couldn't buy Bitcoin back in like 2010 or whatever it was because I was too busy being a broke high school student.
You know, we all make mistakes.
Yeah. Um, born too late to explore the world. Born too early to explore the universe. Born at just the right time for the idea of capybaras.
Absolutely. And you know what? I think I'm the real winner here.
Sure.
Not you. Not you. Like I don't know how you got, but I'm the real winner here.
Yeah. No, yours is definitively the best list.
Absolutely. Canonically best list.
Okay, so with that being said, yeah, is there anything you want to plug before we get out of here?
Yeah. So Caleb, I don't know if you know this, but we do a show called SCPod. And it just started its third season today. And so like I think if you like spooky things and maybe if you like spooky meat, you should check out this season. I think it'll have some good stuff for you.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We are we're having a lot of fun with it. It's dense, that's for sure, but yeah, and a lot of harebrained stuff that Zach and I talked about today. Same kind of energy goes into that podcast, and then we have our season finale is going to be really fun. That's going to feature a lot of people from our community here, and yeah, that's the podcast. I went into a little spiel at the beginning of the podcast, at the beginning of the stream about it, but yeah. Anything else you want to plug?
Yeah, for my own personal projects, I share my own personal writings of short stories on the spooky side over on my personal blog of Roll for Writing, which you can find at makeawritingcheck.blogspot.com. I usually update about twice a month, so go ahead and check it out there. And I also share the occasional video and audio project over on my YouTube channel at Roll for Writing Presents, which you can find at Roll for Writing Presents.
Yep. And if you're watching the VOD of this on YouTube, it is pinned on my channel, as well as the podcast channel. Both of them have Zach's projects, and then in the link tree for the podcast, you'll also find all of Zach's stuff as well. Um, yeah, that's I think that's all I got. Is there anything else you want to bring up, or any regrets of the tier list that you didn't see?
Oh shit, Caleb, we forgot we didn't do SCP 55.
All right, I will see you all later.